Durag Wisdom here, folks, and welcome to Y2k17.12.11. And I have today important information for my subscribers. First of all, I just want everybody to know that there will be no broadcasts between 12.14 and 12.21. That's December 14th to December 21st. But please check, if you want, if you're subscribing to me, check. I'm dealing with family and personal matters. So if you don't see me, if for some reason, like for a week or a little more, you don't see me, I didn't quit. I'm going to stay on the air broadcasting either until YouTube does something, tries to get rid of me, or I don't have any subscribers anymore. But as long as I have at least one subscriber, I'm going to keep broadcasting, because we're in the dark ages of this country right now. We have to fight our way out of it. And I, in my little small way, am trying to do that. So in case you don't see me the next week and a half or so, starting with 12.14, that's because of this situation. Now, the Second Amendment revisited. I spoke about the Second Amendment previously, and I just want to add that we as a country were traumatized by tyranny. We came here religious, trying to get away from religious persecution. Many of us made our own religious persecution, but we didn't want to be ruled by kings and tyrants. A well-regulated militia. That's what paraphrasing the Constitution, Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia is necessary for a free state. Remember, therefore, the right to bear arms shall not be abridged, and I'm adding this myself, just in case our federal government is taken over by a king or any other type of tyrant, so that there are people out there with firearms on hand who will be part of a well-regulated militia. The idea of bearing arms was originally meant to be to protect the states if the federal government that they were going to be a part of, the United States, in case the federal government decided that I was going to appoint a king instead of a president. But I wish that there would be kind of like what the Constitution would demand. All right, you want a firearm, or you own a firearm, we need you for a state militia, just in case, a regulated state militia. We have the Trump Putin clown in there right now. We need people in there now in case he decides to overthrow our Constitution and our government. So training for 2 weeks. We have to graduate the training. These drill instructors have to say, well, he seems to be okay psychologically, and he seems to be okay that he's able to handle this weapon that he's bought. And I'm certified by these drill instructors after the 2-week required basic training if I own a firearm, and then the once a month meetings of the regulated state, the well-regulated state militia, which will be used just in case. And look what we're in now. So I just wanted to clarify this. I'm not out to, I'm afraid of firearms. I love firearms in the books and literature and movies, but in real life, that's something on firearms, that's a serious thing. Believe me. So when I mention the Second Amendment and all this stuff, and about, this is how I understand it. And with that in mind, the next thing, number 3 here, Trump Putin has taken over our great nation and has wiped Putin's ass with it. We are so low now that red state Alabama is considering putting an accused child molester in the Senate rather than have a Democrat who will protect these ignorant fools from another GOP economic 9/11. Because they're the ones that got us into the Great Recession, which it seems that people have short memories. 4, we have been brought so low by Putin and Trump that we allowed the dismissal of Senator Franken, rightly so, and yet we allow the continuance of a sex assaulter, creepiton Trump infesting the highest office of our land. We are tainted. This country is tainted until we get that hemorrhoid out of our assholes. The fact that every day there hasn't no impeachment, nothing, every day, the outrageous crap, and you gotta watch the news, you gotta read the newspapers. Read that book written by these psychiatrists. Wow! Are we effing insane or irresponsible or what? What happened? Has reality TV, quote unquote, made us stupid? 6. As a democratic, Zio-socialist, atheist member of the Jewish tribe, quite a label, right? I believe in a united Jerusalem under the flag of Israel, and I could back that up with historical facts. But right now, I really don't want to turn this into a tribal lecture. Jerusalem, as well as Hebron, Bethlehem, and the entire of the land of Israel belongs to my tribe. My tribe. And I apologize for my naked ape-itis. But I've learned that if the Jews don't practice some naked ape-itis, which everybody else does, they're the ones that are going to end up under the gas chamber bus. Now, a sexual assaulter, a supporter of pedophiles, a racist, an anti-Semite, a misogynist, a homophobe, a Nazi birther bastard has no business recognizing anything as part of my tribe. His recognition of Jerusalem is tainted. Tainted, tainted, tainted. And any Jew, member of my tribe, who would canonize this creep, this Trump Putin creep, because of what he supposedly did, is a traitor to his tribe. And remember what I said before, I believe in a united Jerusalem under the flag of Yisrael, the Am Yisrael. Trump recognized Israel not for any love of my tribe, the Jews, but to satisfy his extremist, fundamentalist, Christian caliphate base, who believe that all unbelieving Jews like me will be killed by the returning Jesus once they are gathered back into the land of Israel. Check out the Christian scriptures, their book of Revelations. Remember that the vice president creep, Pence, did not introduce himself as an American, but as a Christian. You don't introduce yourself by your religion if you're going to be VP of all Americans. Any more than I would go up, if I was vice president nominee, say, I'm a Jew, and I'm not representative of all the nation. Of all the people here in this country. Now, number 8. For as long as I remember, I've had no problem wishing anyone a Merry Christmas. I like the Christmas holiday, but not in a religious sense. My tribal holiday is Hanukkah, which has nothing to do with Christmas in any shape or form. One is a holiday celebrating the birth of the Christian deity in human form, Christmas. And the other is a holiday celebrating Jewish liberation from Greek oppression, especially religious oppression. Venerated atheist Christopher Hitchens died on 15 December 2011, the old way of saying a date. So I also celebrate Hitchens Time. I have a holiday called Hitchens Time, which is celebrated by this atheist the entire month of December. Trump cannot get me so angry that I decide to wish people happy holiday instead of Merry Christmas. There is a line in the book, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, if any of you ever read that book, which I'm going to paraphrase, and here it goes. People can be very manipulating. So manipulating, they make you so angry that they manipulate you in doing the opposite of what you would usually do, just to spite them. I despise the birther Trump maggot, okay? But he is not going to force me to say happy holidays when in my entire life I never used that term. F him and his GOP fascist religious extremist scum. 9. As an avowed Trump hater and atheist, I awake each day with this prayer. Goddess, please give Trump, Pence, Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, the GOP Freedom Caucus, and the teabagger leaders, including the Koch brothers and M. Adelson, massive life-ending heart attacks or strokes. I meditate on this each day and hope for an end to these creeps by natural, legal means forever. Remember, by natural, legal means forever. And while we are at it, Putin, Yoon, Jun, and Netanyahu should suffer the same fates. Merry Christmas to those who observe it. Happy joyous Hanukkah to those who observe it. Happy Kwanzaa. And happy Hitchens Time for us atheists also who like to observe something nice in December, the month of this man's death. It's a good time to do it, because the idea that an invisible thing is guiding us is simply tribal, naked, apeitis.